You've probably already thought it, at least a few times. Should I just walk away? From the marriage, from the career, from the life that feels more like it's a cage at this point than it does a conscious choice. And if you're honest with yourself, you've probably been thinking it more often lately. That's not weakness. That's not disorder. That is midlife. Because here's the brutal truth. Midlife exposes cracks in every system you've built. The marriage that once felt so safe? Well, now you're navigating distance and resentment, and maybe even the hormonal wildfire of perimenopause or menopause. And let's be real, that storm can torch a relationship down to its very foundation. The career you've built for security's sake? Right. Suddenly, it's a slow bleed of burnout. Endless Zoom calls, corporate nonsense, incentive paved only in the idea of when it all ends. Yet, you wonder if you'll actually survive another decade chained to this treadmill. And you're standing there, in the wreckage of it all, asking, is it me? Or is it them? Or is it just time? My name's Nelson Pahl. I'm an experiential psychologist that makes it easy for men after 50, that is, my Gen X peers, to reclaim identity and reinvent themselves. And in this episode, part 1 of the 6-part Midlife Plan B Series, we'll discuss the concept of walking away to start anew. Before we get back to it, keep this in mind. If you're looking to go deeper and really redefine your life, to reinvent yourself here in midlife, make sure to check out my powerful 5-day challenge, Resurrection Camp. It's precisely what you've been looking for. Just log on to resurrection.camp to learn more. You'll also find that link in the show notes of this episode. So, here's what no one tells you. Walking away can be the single most powerful act of reclamation you'll ever make. In fact, research on midlife transitions confirms this. A 2024 study published in Psych Nexus Journal found that major life decisions in midlife, whether about career, marriage, or identity, are rarely simple or pragmatic. Instead, they emerge from what researchers call, quote, a convergence of internal reflections and external pressures, followed by intense personal transformation and renewed clarity, unquote. In other words, that restlessness you feel isn't dysfunction. It's your psyche demanding alignment. However, this is not about running from pain. This is about choosing something truer than the prison you currently reside amid. If done without drama or fanfare, and if done with real resolve, walking away is an act of strength rooted in self-respect. I want you to ask yourself 3 questions. 1. Am I staying out of love? Or am I staying out of fear? The fear of loneliness, fear of money, fear of what he or she will say, of what everyone else might say. 2. If nothing changes over the next 5 years, will I respect the man I've become at that point? Because, as any worthy psychologist will tell you, time doesn't actually heal the issues you refuse to face. 3. What would I walk toward, not just away from? Naming this is important because reinvention without direction is merely escape. Sometimes the answer is repair. Sometimes the answer is a rebuild. And sometimes the only genuine answer is to leave. No drama, no apology, no explanation. Just the quiet, steady courage to walk away from what's dying, or even, theoretically, already dead, so you can walk toward what's alive and thriving. This is the heartbeat of the Midlife Plan B. And if you're feeling it, stay with me throughout this series. Because walking away is just the first crack of light. Next, we're going to talk about what happens when you scorch that career treadmill and step into something real, a paying passion project you can actually live with. For now, sit with those 3 aforementioned questions, because, accept it or not, the choice you make here will indeed define the next chapter of your life. Until next time.